afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda. We're off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Langraskaya. Yes, indeed, we're off here from the cold for a bit here. We've got in the south Cruzz fighting for Germany, for the Reich, for the Großdeutschland Panzerdivision going up here versus Tristan fighting for the Soviet Union for the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps. You've got him here with Circuit Combined Arms, Army Mechanized Support and Guard Motor and lots of Guards Bulletins. Overall, he's going to go something with Guards, one would imagine, even a bit here versus Cruzz with Festung Armor, Spearhead, Storm Doctrine, and a bit of mixed bulletins there, Infantry and MG42. 2 Grenadiers there for Cruzz, 2 conscripts for Tristan. Spreading up, by the way, here, opting for grabbing a lot more territory on a more wider front. Whereas Cruzz seems to be initially focusing a bit more on the left-hand side, pretty common stuff there, so it tends to sort of go for grabbing more territory, also that way sort of feeling up the front line. Where are the Germans? Where aren't they? Hitting them there where they are and trying to sneak through where they aren't. So that's not too uncommon in this case. He actually only seems to sort of secure these 2 territories and ignores the left-hand territories. Hence, that's also a possibility. It is a bit of a nice capping order there. Usually, in fact, if you are playing in the north, it's not necessarily necessary to get this point very rapidly. So you can usually sort of focus more on getting the territories here, thus getting faster towards the fuel and the munitions, and then sort of later on collect this one, for example. Not quite so in the south. So, little fun fact there, for those curious. We've got points there being secured. We've got Cruzz here going for the munitions point here. Pioneer securing the fuel. And we got a 3rd Grenadier Squadron on the way for Cruzz. We've got some early barbed wire up here to deny cover to the fascists, so they can't fuck some cut off here and then set up positions here and basically sort of make it very difficult for Tristan to regain the territory there with only otherwise light cover available to him. So nicely done there. Nicely done, of course, he could in that regard. It preemptively laid up some heavy sandbags somewhere around there, but that of course is another discussion. Of course would require the conscript squad away from the front line to do that. So there's an understanding there as to why Tristan would not do that. We've got Pioneers moving up the left flank. We've got dual combat engineers here for him. Looks like he might go for an early structure afterwards with 3 conscripts. Some players like to do that. It could either be a support weapon company or a special rifle company. Not anything that sort of specifically points towards that, by the way. So the question is, what will he aim for? We got here, Cruzz made good progress on the left side. He's been forced away from the centre though from a rather heavy-handed Russian attack there. Cruzz reorganised from the building. Though he didn't suffer any losses in that case, Cruzz was just quick to pull back. And there goes Special Rifle Command up for Tristan. So there could be Strafniki, there could be snipers, there could be scout here to sort of face off. Then we got the combat units pushed away here by some grenadiers. Tristan not hanging about with his conscripts anywhere around here. Looks like in fact he was reacting to this, maybe worried something was there, and maybe could have sort of sensed that was going to happen, pulled away. Either way, and there's a few options there. We've got an MD-42 around to support the grenadiers. Special Rifle Command up here for Tristan. He could also consider upgrading some of his units with flamethrowers, getting up some early marks. There we go. Large engagement here, conscripts, pioneers, grenadiers, rifles, and MP-40 shooting all over the place. Some of the grenadiers here marked against cover. Got an MP-40 on up here, quickly catching a lot of Tristan's troops here. But he does manage to get away before they actually get suppressed though, but still someone's been already in poor condition. The pioneers taking advantage of this to get closer further, ultimately overrunning Tristan's positions here, not really looking good. Cruzz remaining with MG42 here, apparently a bit worried something might happen on the flanks. Sensible. Not quite going to risk moving ahead. Oh, never mind, he's moving ahead slightly there, slightly. But at the same time managing to cut off Tristan there from his fuel. And we got an early sniper there on the way, and we got a sniper at the same time for Cruzz. Now that's a rather funny quinky-dink, that they're both getting snipers more or less at the same time. That they're both having the same idea. Should be interesting to see how that goes out. I mean, if Cruzz is now, of course, with the one sort of a bit more threat, and on the other hand, he's also going to one with the more targets to shoot at. It's a bit tricky there. And of course, since neither player knows about the other one, of course, it'll likely be Cruzz who might end up with the advantage since he's got his sniper out last, which means, of course, Tristan will be more likely to fire this one away, meaning Cruzz might have a chance of being, oh, Scheiße, Heckenschützen. Need to be careful with 9 sharpshooter. So there we go. Sniper revealed himself. Of course, Cruzz will know that. And while of course not going to be completely passive, just try to wait and catch him. That's not going to happen. He can successfully do that. On the other hand, it will of course make him more cautious and of course avoid the happenstance that his sniper gets, shoots one shot and then gets taken up by a bunch of rather angry Russians from afar. So there we go. Also got a nice S-mine field here, clogging up the road, also basically ensuring the snipers can't just basically move ahead, and also has a chance, in fact, of any units caught in the wrong point retreating could run into the S-mine field and actually suffer heavy losses. But over there, Cruzz forced away the heavy damage and some losses. We got a bunker going up there for him, taking up at the same time. Tristan here very nicely containing Cruzz so far. Mine detectors there forced upon Tristan. Also got some flamethrowers up here. Got mines going down. Waiting for the medic bunker here. Cruzz taking up a slightly more, I would say, guarded and waiting position until he can get that up and get his men healed. And in particular, I imagine he wants that sniper healed so he doesn't get taken up with one lucky shot from some guy named Boris coming from the outskirts of, I don't know, Stalingrad. Mines going down in the place of the S-mine spot. We got minesweepers up here for Cruzz as well. Obviously not taking his opponent lightly, getting minesweepers preemptively before he hits a mine and loses someone. Sensible. We've got some conscripts here. Not a strong infantry position, and there's only two windows they can actually fire from. So in essence, it would actually be reasonably safe here for Cruzz to take the point and shoot back at the conscripts. That machine gun's also available here. We've got Cruzz moving out instead of a bit of a block formation there. Snipers MG42 supporting. That machine gun's up as well. We've got Pioneers engaging engineers. He's got the Camp Group headquarters up, but so far there's been no sign of building the Lightning Company there from Cruzz. Got a single Pioneer unit on the way. Might be what he's going to do for using the Pioneers on the front line to clear up mines. Fuel cache up there, good spot. On Langroscare tends to pay off and getting your cut-off point cached. And of course a fuel cache course will help. And we've actually got a doctrine there from Tristan. He's going for mechanized support, opening up for ISUs, in which case a fuel cache will definitely not be a bad idea. He's also got both fuel points at the moment, which is definitely causing Cruzz some problems in the fuel department. Definitely a bit of a nasty situation there for Cruzz so far. Quick rough grenade here, and ooh, nice hit there. Dmitry, Boris and Vasily dead. We're gaining back some of his territory at the same time. We got a minor advantage on the right flank, encountering some resistance there for some combat engineers. We got the snipers basically sort of trying to connect it all here through the center area, which is rather open on the hand to rush from the Russians. So a bit of a risky tactic here planned by Cruzz. On the other hand, of course, you can catch the snipers and get them with a quick light machine gun barrage or anything. Oh, never mind. The Russians were quick to pull back there. Making good use of the terrain there, catching Cruzz's players out in the open and making it difficult for them to sort of seek cover. In particular, the snipers then pushing from the north. And we've got Pioneers pushing in from the left towards the centre there. Snipers supporting him. The Gunners will need to consider. Oh, never mind. The Council forced away, leaving Tristan's positions in the centre a bit open. The Gunners are forced away though. Interesting enough, he's got no structures going up there. No attempt to fake, for example, a scout cover, which could be used to quickly hunt down the snipers there from Cruzz. No sign of a doctrine yet either. We got more mines down here. Might be that Tristan, of course, is expecting scout cars and laying down the mines preemptively in the expectation of that. Very aggressive move there with the MG42. Healing, reinforcing. Clearing up mines there. Mounted was definitely paying off there for Cruzz. And we got more mines, and we got here tank over tank command. Tristan taking that huge fuel advantage he's gotten, partly due to the two fuel points, but also the fuel cache, and transferring that now into an early arm advantage through a quick tank with the tank command there. Well done, Cruzz. Still rather open. No like to make an company, no nothing. In fact, he's loading a bit of fuel there and a bit of manpower. He really should consider doing something, either taking onwards, going for an early support, but company, though that's or support armor company, though that's rather tricky there. Or of course going for like to make a nice company and then getting out a pack 40. I mean, he's playing a bit of a high risk hand there. And there's definitely a potential for something going wrong, in particular if Tristan rushes out a T-70, in which case Cruzz could be in some serious trouble. Clearing up mines, looks like Cruzz is aware of that, and he's actually laying down telemines now here on the flanks in particular to guard off his harassment there, though in this case he's actually being spotted. Rather ruining the surprise as well, that at the same time, even the presence of it might force Tristan to be a bit more careful with his tanks already there, since if there's one telemine, there might already be several others down in the first place. So there's a potential there that nonetheless Tristan will be a bit more cautious. Oh, catching the snipers there. Vladimir went down. Concepts on the run. And there we go, Tristan going for that quick T-70. Other fuel points secured. Cruzz still struggling to hold more than one at any time. There we go, finally. 11 minutes into the game, we're getting a like to against company. It's surprisingly late. Normally you wouldn't see it that late into the game. For example, had he been getting up early, maybe getting some early panzers out, he might be able to sort of get some better advantage early on versus Tristan, or say a scout car. Interesting enough from Tristan on the other hand. I mean, considering what he's gone for and considering the bulletins, we're seeing absolutely 0 guards, rifle, infantry. You would have expected at least one guards, rifleman squad with some DPs. That way applying some pressure there to Cruzz's infantry as well. We've got the T-70 here, leading a large infantry push towards the centre here for Tristan. And then the grenades advancing straight into, they might be able to get off a Panther fast. It's going to be a risk there with both the T-70 and snipers firing away. Pack 40 arriving here for Cruzz. Oh, they actually only lost half the men, considering there's both a T-70 and a sniper unit. Statistically, that's pretty lucky. Ja, Heinz, we got off pretty lucky. But Fritz und Helmut is dead! Well, statistics won't wisdom.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
T-70 they're a bit stuck waiting for repairs. Looks like he's not rushing in his engineers to fix that one up. So getting the fuel point over there back. Cruzz is certainly making a bit up now for fuel losses. He's got teched up, there we go. The support armor core might then be a good move. Rather schnell. In particular, you get out a quick Stug, maybe or flak Panzer. Or a Panzer IV, I suppose you could wait for. There's been no fuel cache from Cruzz on the other hand to maybe make up for the fuel loss, to somehow try to protect his cut-off line. And there we go. Pack 40 shoots and bloody well misses. Snipers are doing what they can here. MG42 about to get out flank, and there we go. Cruzz forced to fall back, got guns rushing ahead. And looks like the T-70 is being a bit careful now that they notice there's an anti-tank gun around. More mines going down there from Tristan, definitely not letting up. He could, by the way, consider some demo charges here and there. As well as a wanted quick rifle grenade here versus the concept. Rather climbed up nicely. And there we go. Half the unit gone. Veterans use as well for these grenadiers. Still no sign of the buildings going up there further from Cruzz. No sign of a doctrine either. Whereas Tristan's getting very close to be actually calling a T-34 to support his T-70. And certainly cause Cruzz more grief. Also nice telemine over there.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
What's up there being secured as well, and finally got a support armor core going up there for Cruzz and Deutschland.
We may be small, but we're fast. Combat engineers of the Soviet Union.
So a bit of quiet here. Cruzz lining up for another assault. Again, he's trying also to probably figure out where the T-70 is so he can avoid being hit by it elsewhere at the same time. Plus, the sniper's definitely going to do not much to frustrate any advance by his infantry. But at least he's got up. He needs to get a Panzer IV right now, so he could do that. He could go for a flat Panzer with a Panzer IV. Certainly would be the safer choice, considering the timing and everything. Or a pair of Stugs could also work out reasonably well, actually. The options are there. It's really up to Cruzz to utilise them. He shouldn't be waiting too long. Oh, nice timing. Just as the T-70 was about to hit the tail of mine, these minesweepers arrive. A bit lucky there for Tristan, otherwise his T-70 would have been a burning tin can. Must have been a bit painful for Cruzz to watch that. Going, ah, yes, he will hit the mine, yeah. And then minesweepers go, niet comrade. But there you go, fun, got that Panther 4 out. He could have had that up sooner, I believe. In fact, he could have had 2 Pioneers working on that. Support Armor Corps and rushed out a Panther 4 even, but not much to do about complaining about. Anyways, we've got the assault continuing on here. We've got T-7 rushing in. Pack 40 not well set up. That could give Tristan off 3 shots, but at the same time, though, the T-70, well, keeps missing, but so does the pack. The pressure on the left flank, trying to harass again, cutting off fuel again. Not really having much luck here with Cruzz. The constant harassment. The constant attacks. But soon there'll be a Panther 4. Interesting enough, Tristan is not going for the T-34-76, which will definitely give the Panther 4 a better advantage because, well, there's only otherwise anti-tank grenades and a light tank to deal with a medium tank of the German kind. So Tristan might be in for a bit of a rough spot. Panther advancing, there we go, collapsing the facade of the building. Constantly getting off an anti-tank grenade, damaged engine. On the other hand, there's some Pioneers there on hand to quickly repair the damage though, so not too bad there for Cruzz, though he didn't really get off any kills initially. But the Fasting can launch an assault with that and push back Tristan the better. Now he is getting a T-34 in response to the Panther 4. Considering something there, but looks like Cruzz decided against. Still no doctrine. Still no doctrine. He's got a few options now. I mean, he could easily go for anything here. I mean, he could go for the Storm Doctrine, get up a howitzer. I mean, that could be one option. Ambush camouflage as well, tactical movement. He could go for that, get a Pack 43 up, or go for this, wait for a Tiger maybe. I mean, there are some options there. Mine there attempted, but dealt with. There we go. Cruzz finally got a bit more of an assault going here, though being a bit cautious at the same time, waiting for the minesweepers to spot out any mines. Go, mines set off there by the T-34. Good shooting, Yuri. You really helped out those fascists. Yes, idiot. There you go. First sort of armor engagement going on here. And we are seeing here that Tristan's infantry is beginning to bleed out, taking losses. T-70 flanking though, getting off some excellent shots in the Grenadiers and wiping the squad. Panther 4, they got a good hit in the T-70. We got a Stoop on the way, need to be careful there with the mine. Trying to get it there, rushing ahead though. Might lose a Grenadier squad as well. Heavy losses for Cruzz though. He even lost a sniper. And we got a damage in the Panther 4 as well. Cruzz's assault there rather overextended and causing some rather hefty casualties. He should consider some replacement infantry. Some Panzer Grenadiers I think would be a good move here. Instead he's getting regular Grenadiers. A fuel cache, by the way, now with all the manpowers playing by would be a good job. Instead we're getting more Pioneers, more Grenadiers, besides the Stook. Another mine there. Looks like the MD-42 is about to hit straight into it. Oh. Barely dodged it. Unawares, of course, what there was waiting beneath their feet. Looks like Tristan, though, still going to aim for that ISU. He's still got some fuel down. Again, the fuel cache is definitely giving a bit there of an edge up over Cruzz in terms of fuel. Of course, the constant fuel harassment and the fact he's been able to several times hold both fuel points, albeit as the game progressed at smaller and smaller periods of time, is still giving him, you know, an edge up. Now we got the stronger shots here for Cruzz, trying to support his infantry. That should definitely provide a bit of support there. Plus, of course, also support the Panther Force. And looks like, there we go, something exploded. I'm not sure what, though. There we go, nice shooting Fritz. Tristan's infantry there bleeding out on the left flank. Panzer IV ready for the fight again, closing a bit. You want to get T-34 moving in. And we got those pesky snipers sniping away. Veteran Legion, in fact, there for Tristan. Support Weapon Company up. Looks like he might be getting a field gun to support here versus the Panzers. Also got tons of munitions. In fact, he's got a bombing strike available there from the Soviet Air Force. His fuel caster might finally be going down there. Cruzz mobilizes his armor to take it out. Still no doctrine from Cruzz. 20 minutes in, 11 command points, no choice. A bit worrying. Shots bouncing in both cases. Stuke trying to move in there, having a bit of rough luck. And we got a T-70 operating in the flank, but at the same time might have put itself in a bad position. Separated from the rest of the forces by the Stuke and the Panther. And there we go. Finally knocked out the tiny tank Terror. Tristan's being slowly pushed back with the field gun here. Might support a bit. For Cruzz, nothing further. Still no attempt to say maybe have a fuel cache to help make up for things. And we still got plenty of mines here littering the battlefield, making it rather difficult for Cruzz to move around his armor. Careful, careful, Cruzz! Rather lucky the anti-tank grenade failed to penetrate. Got the T-34 moving up there. Stuke in a bad position. Got a bombing strike going in there, trying to catch some German armor. Panzer IV needs to get away. Oh dear. Not sure what went wrong with them. Might have been some panthering issues there that went awry for Cruzz. I don't know. T-34 moving straight into the Pak 40. We finally got a doctrine. He's going for festering armor. Very close to getting off that mine on the under the T-34 as well. So now we've got choice here of Pak 43s, hold down, and command tanks. And there we go. We actually got the T-34 there. Looks like the Pak 40 was actually shooting at something else and missed and hit the T-34 instead. Remember, they're actually shooting projectiles in the game. So basically, there's still a chance even they, in theory, miss, they can actually hit something else. So, little fun fact there. Stuke then, still bad position, got the Cruzz crossing straight at it, trying to get off an anti-tank grenade. 5 kills, need to get that swiftly repaired. Schnell! Pionieren! Cruzz's armor falls on a pretty bad state. Another Panzer IV though might help, another Stuke could also work out. And we got Tristan constantly laying down mines here. I mean, throughout the match, just constantly laying down mines, make it difficult for Cruzz to move about freely. And never threatening to sort of catch a vehicle and knock it out, so well done there. Well done there by Tristan, and it is time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is Cruzz, though, constantly there, contained to this sort of small bit of area. Tristan constantly sort of ruling the larger fields of the map, though several times now being forced back by Cruzz every time, but Cruzz every time getting stuck up and forced back. I mean, Cruzz needs to do something here to sort of form up a slightly more defensive forward position, something that could make things a bit more difficult for Tristan. Part of me again would say probably get another Panzer IV, but otherwise, consider maybe a command tank, consider a Pak 43 around here would be a good position, would certainly dominate the center versus armor. Another consideration might actually be to set up a bunker to guard some of the further up points, like for example the fuel point here, which could at the same time then, my pardons, but could serve as a way to sort of draw in tanks or anything else we could then sort of flank about with the Panzer IV and the Stuke. Since otherwise any infantry harassment here would not work out very well for Tristan, so that could be an option there for Cruzz to consider. Another option would be taking up, though. If he were to do that, he should get a fuel cache up, maybe even 2, to sort of make up for that fuel point, also further speed up fuel requisition for him. For Tristan, I'm deeply surprised he's not bothered with a single Guards infantry squad. He really should consider getting some DPs up on that, but certainly I think giving a bit further edge up there versus Cruzz infantry. Although Cruzz's infantry is actually not looking good, and a Panzer squad again I feel might work out. I mean, Panzer, while not so effective versus the Americans at the moment, do pretty well versus a conscript-based force of the Russians. So that's actually something you should consider if you're actually playing as the Wehrmacht versus the Soviets. Get some Panzer grenades, usually relying a lot on conscripts. They can do pretty well there. That is one of the few points where until they get Veteran 2 and 3, they actually do pretty well. So, little heads up there. but some guards infantry might help up with that fate a bit there. Otherwise, he's likely setting up for that. Going to go for that. He might consider getting another fuel cache. In fact, he has there, so never mind. But another one again could help. Once he gets the ISU, though, slowly moving ahead and keep it screened, protected, and otherwise try to avoid Cruzz, for example, rushing it with panzers and knocking it out, as that's going to be its main threat, being outflanked by the panzer force. Or say again, Cruzz takes up for a panther, in which case that's definitely going to be a threat for the ISU. So those are some things there to keep in mind. But let's head back here to the fight. Sturmgeschütz receiving vital repairs. Quick rifle grenade there. There we go, half the unit down. 2/3 of the unit down. More mines up here. Looks like already Tristan's beginning to plan ahead for flanks. Really inspiring mining work there from Tristan. A lot of players will at this point actually be forgetting about mines, but not Tristan. He's just absolutely obsessed with it. Mining cover as well here. Splendid work. Definitely something you think a lot of solo players could learn from. And then again, maybe not, if you're on the German side of things. But there you go, ISU 152 available, the Schwerer boy, the Beast Slayer. Now with a choice of rounds here, but previously wasn't quite that situation. That's sort of been made there to make it a little less omnipotent. Omnipotent, but not omnipotent. What the hell am I? No, it's omnipotent. But there we go. Already loading high explosive rounds. To note that it actually takes some time, so in that case, I mean, if you do catch it off guard with some tanks, you can do well. Stu rushing head straight into mine! Because they're taking losses to the ISU. I think it actually gets someone. And there you go, field gun. Got the Stug as well. And there we go. Friendly kill as well. So that did not go well there for Cruzz. A brief moment of confidence, and then ISU shatters it all. But it was actually meant as a heavy assault gun, less of a tank, so I could work on that due to the sheer size of its shells. But they actually had the ISU 122, I believe, for that, which actually had the same gun as the IS-2. Little fun fact there. I think it was also using a heavy assault gun. Again, for the Russians, it was just as important that they could serve as artillery and blast up defensive positions and the like, and not necessarily the important thing they could deal with tanks. There you go, blasting away German infantry. No consideration of maybe getting a Dushka up. Panther operating on the flank where the ISU isn't. Good way there towards the next level of veterancy, Veteran 2, in which case it'll be more armoured, which will certainly be a bit more typical there for the ISU to deal with. Snipers joining in. They're definitely some heroes of the Soviet Union there. Veterans for really taking out some damage there on Cruzz. Got a second Panther up there, still not to the fuel cache. No attempt maybe able to pack 43, set up to ambush it. I mean, right now if he were to set up there and catch it, he might actually have a chance of knocking out the ISU. It would be a bit of a high risk maneuver, but it might just work. Tristan though continues the hunt for fascists. Combat engineers being rushed off.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
No further sign of anything here from Cruzz at the time being. We might actually see some units that wipe. There we go, Veteran 3 combat squad lost. Compared to the Russian force, actually more veteran than Cruzz's. There we go, squad almost wiped out. And there you go, the Panzer IV is Gefechtsbereit once more. Extremely close there to Veteran 2. You got the ISU operating here far away, though actually rather unsupported. If you consider this, it would actually be rather open to a good flank from some Panzers. You got bad ideas there going from the field gun. There you go, Panzer IV charging here for it. It's straight at the ISU. Now it's a really good chance, particularly because it's over at high close of rounds. Panther IV getting Veteran 2 shots going through there, but the ISU is rather thickly armoured. Got the field gun setting up there. He's moving in the Panther 4. He's ignoring the ISU. Damn it, engine on the other one. Damn it, engine due to the ISU hitting it from the rear. I think Cruzz here rather made a bit of a light mistake there. Because now, note, they can cover each other, knocking out each other's panzers. He should have just focused down the ISU where it was, when it was time for it, with his panzers. That way he could focus more fire on it. Instead, both Panzer IVs were knocked out separately, only getting the ISU down to half health. So right there, I would say that was a bit of a tactical mismaneuver there by Cruzz. Losing an otherwise golden opportunity to knock out the heavy assault gun. I mean, in theory, it works nicely, but it was ignoring again, you know, they could then support each other, clearing up both Panzers at the same time. He should have just been hell-bent on knocking out the ISU instead. Now, his opponent's got another T-34, and he's got a heavy assault gun now facing off against him. He's only got a Pack 40, and that needs to get out of there rather schnell. No, currently he's firing armor-piercing rounds, there might be a chance of escaping. Never mind, switching over to high explosive. But Cruzz's forces are looking pretty bad. He's pretty much got only veterans, one left to get a phasing off versus a notably more veteran Russian force of conscripts and snipers, even the combat engineers. And Cruzz has nothing in the same scale. So this is not really looking good here for Germany. He's actually getting more Pack 40s. Not really what I'd suggest versus an ISU. I mean, he's going to have to surprise it then with the both Pack 40s there, knocking out in a swift volley involving target weak point, in which case he might have a slight chance, but I would say it's rather high risk. Rather high risk. Had he aimed for a Panther, maybe he had something that could sort of work nicely there versus the ISU as well, but again, wasn't quite the case. Cruzz is still hanging on, but it's not exactly looking too good there. Not looking too good. He's got a bunch of munitions there. Laying down some S-minefields to make it a bit harder for Tristan to go out his infantry. Cruzz is still confident in victory. Commendable to see. No, I'm not entirely sure how he intends it using two Pack 40s. I mean, I suppose in a sense I can, but it's not exactly without its risks. He's got plenty of fuel now, though. I mean, again, he should, part of me would say, consider taking up and going for a Panther. Bide your time, although even then victory points not exactly looking too good. Still, he's got one here safely away, so he should be able to buy time enough for a Panther. Sort of try and take on Tristan that way, though. Certainly, just about the same point, could think maybe getting another ISU, just more tanks, so... I mean, it's not exactly a non-flawed plan there from my side either. And there we go, MD42 wiped out there by the ISU's high explosive shell.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. We double your efforts. We are down to 200 points.
That was actually a sort of earlier variant of it. Those are called the SU-152, though, based on the KV chassis and with a notably lower velocity gun, but overall sort of same principle. We got more guys on the way for Cruzz, interestingly. Again, I'm not entirely sure what he's thinking here. He seems very confident that he can somehow catch his opponent's tanks over the Pack 40s and knock them out. It seems what he's waiting for. Basically capture tanks in the Pack 40s and that way hope to knock it out, but it's a rather bold hope, if anything. Sort of be betting on that compared to with what Tristan has got waiting for him. Even got a pilfered light machine gun there. Things are not going Cruzz's way. No sign of taking up, even as the fuel increases. Tristan is enough, not just pushing in as well. I mean, he's really got overall the better force there. A proper assault there with the T-34 support by conscripts moving in towards here, supported by the ISU, could probably knock Cruzz out. But I imagine Tristan, of course, might have his own reasons, worried about something coming out of Cruzz's sleeve. I suppose he might be worried about a Tiger, but Cruzz for some reason went festering armor, but he's not really utilizing it at all. Which does beg the question, why did he go for that and say not spear hit, which also has smoke, but also might have offered some other things. He's trying to hunt down the T-34 with the Pak-40s. Rather boldly there, but in this case got spotted by the conscripts, I imagine. Who actually make short work there of the Grenadiers thanks to their own light machine gun and their higher level of veterancy versus Cruzz. .200 fuel there for Cruzz now. No sign of checking up, no sign of anything. Ooh, almost got the conscripts. There we go, finally got off some hits on the Pak-40. And Tristan actually went for the mechanized armor company now. Having noticed he's fighting versus large infantry, he's got a tank, he's got a heavy assault gun, so he's actually getting the CoH2s that way, try and deal with Cruzz's infantry. Not a bad idea, not a bad idea. It's a bit rare to see all 4 buildings built in a 1 versus 1. At the same time, he's largely got the upper hand there, so I suppose I can understand him. It would certainly be one way to sort of closing off what last elements that Cruzz got. But again, Cruzz is building up towards something, but it's not very clear what it is. It overall feels a bit odd. Just a bit odd. Because again, he's not taking up, which is increasingly looking like the only option he could sort of imagine. That could save his day. Maybe a Panther if he can catch Tristan sufficiently off guard. I mean, that could do something where the ISU would certainly be faster than they could sort of turn around. You could then just have to deal with the supporting elements. You could do that. Maybe sneak up some Pak-40s, or if this is happening with the Panther, basically use that as a diversion. Move up the Pak-40s. Pak-40s, then sort of unleash volleys with them. He might stand a chance, but he's not taking up. He's not taking up at all. Feels a bit odd. There we go, got a CoH2 barrels going in. No. Rather feels like Tristan is just firing at almost max range. And there you go. Rockets, high explosive shells. Minefields being hit as well. Almost got the Pak-4, or the T-34, but at the same time the conscripts are holding up the building. Light machine gun fire pouring down the anti-tank guns. So looks like here with a heavy engine damage he's about to get away. The ISU continues to unleash high explosive shell after high explosive shell here. Building collapsed, but the Russians got out of the hole safely. So looking pretty good there for Tristan, who's now finally seems like here pouring down the final nail on the coffin, tightening the noose and strangling Cruzz. Demo charts there. Wiping out something, I'm guessing a Grenadier squad. Since Cruzz overall strive to maintain 3 Grenadier squads, 2 Pioneer squads, he's still got 2 Pioneers, so... But again, no tech up, he's flooding resources. It almost seems like Cruzz is unsure what to do. Or something, I'm not entirely sure. It looks like another light machine gun, by the way, was... Oh, wait. Yeah, another one was dropped, actually. There you go, T-34 assaulting, ISU and conscript supporting it. Cruzz down to 1 Pak-40, by the way. But again, I have no idea what he's thinking. He's just unsure what to do, or what exactly is it he's pondering here. Another barrage. I think though here Tristan could easily move up closer for a tighter barrage. Instead he's just sort of very spread out. In this case though, Cruzz of course is then able to sort of quickly move away from it. Instead what he ends up doing mostly is just not damaging the medic bunker, scraping off some paint. And giving some poor bastard a headache. Another bombing strike here towards the end of Cruzz's base. Still no sign of anything from Cruzz. I mean, has he just sort of given up, but at the same time not? It feels rather odd here.
The enemy has 100 points remaining.
And Tristan still got the sniper there. 47 kills.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
CoH2 there managed to hit the side. They have a small incline there. There's a slight hill here. Just like a rise in the terrain. Pack 40 there almost down. And back in the German hands maybe. Okay. No tech up. Pack 40 failed to penetrate the CoH2's frontal armor. He's moving in that Pack 40. I can't see anything there. We're capturing the other one, trying to get that T-34. Can he do it?
The enemy has only 50 points remaining.
Less than 50 left for Cruzz there. Rather odd fight. Just going to speed this up. There you go, GG. Tristan calling it. A bit cheeky. Here's the moving ahead. Rifle grenades attempted. Panzerfaust on the Katyusha. Not entirely sure what he's trying to balance there with his field gun. There you go. Katyusha went down. A small victory for Germany, but overall the losses were much more heavy on him than on Tristan. Bit of Pack 45 there. Big 2 points stabilised a bit. Tristan complaining about the CoH2, despite, you know, it surviving an assault by 2 Panzer forces, only getting down to half health, and still wiping out a lot of infantry.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
So there we go. Game over. Loss there for Cruzz. A victory for Tristan. Rather good mining there by Tristan, by the way. Good use of fuel canisters. He actually got the upfill in there against overall maintaining good tech progression there, tech advantage in terms of fuel there versus Cruzz. I was surprised at the no guards in. I think he should have gone for that, but overall, you know, nicely played there by Tristan. Sniper did a lot of well as well. Field gun was also a good chop there. For Cruzz on the other hand, there were sort of a lot of odd decisions. His tacking was overall always a bit late there. The like to make against company again had gone for it earlier. I think would have gotten a more sort of better advantage than for Cruzz, but rather nothing happened there. That was rather peculiar if anything. And then again, sort of later support armor core. He got some Panthers out, that was good, but again the decision then came there to split them up rather than trying to focus on the CoH2, which ironically made both Panzer force easy targets for each their own, instead of maybe just trying to focus on the CoH2 and accepting at least one loss. He was trying to, I think, maybe got a bit greedy, I don't know, either way, 2 Panzers down, CoH2 only slightly dented. And then, you know, something just basically just sort of stopped carrying. I don't know what sort of happened there. Cruzz never tried to take up, do anything there. Ultimately sort of basically went downhill there as Cruzz just tried handling with packs and infantry, which again I'm not sure what he thought he could do there, but ultimately just made things reasonably easy there for Tristan, ultimately resulting there in a final loss for Cruzz. So again, some curious decision there by Cruzz. Nice play there by Tristan, pretty much rendering it all for naught there. So I think overall there we go, an interesting fight there in some regards, a bit of a curious one in other regards though. But overall, again, a nice display there, few casualties, and certainly something there to keep in mind with all the mines laid down. It made it very difficult for Cruzz to move around on the battlefield without, you know, taking nasty losses. But anyways, I hope you learned something from this fight. I hope it gave you some ideas. If you did, why not subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay and find some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers, and thank you all for watching. Bye.